All new at 6. New Orleans neighbors outraged after a federal inspector general is calling out the Cantrell administration for the lack of work on federally funded flood prevention projects.
Well, the report states the lack of action from the city has left residents in deep water. WDSU investigative reporter Cassie Sherm live in Gentilly with one of the areas that's impacted by these delays. Cassie.
Well, Gina, Travers, in total, 11 major infrastructure projects were planned in 2017. But in this bombshell report, it shows that crews have only started on one of those projects. In fact, 2 of those projects were completely canceled, leaving 8 others still in the planning phase. Now, some residents tell me they're dealing with the consequences. When it rains, it pours in New Orleans.
If we have a good rain, maybe 20 minutes straight, you're definitely going to have some flooding.
Leaving the streets in this Gentilly neighborhood underwater.
The flooding is just an ongoing thing.
To combat the flooding, the Department of Housing and Urban Development awarded the city $141.2 million in 2017 for multiple projects. One of those projects is the St. Anthony Green Streets projects to mitigate flooding, revamp the parks, and fix the very bumpy streets.
I was excited because, having the streets just done and knowing that she would be okay coming home and going back and forth would be fine, and then it never happened.
The federal agency says that's because the city did not properly plan the implementation of its projects, with a lack of staffing, costs not properly charged, and also failed to monitor its projects, causing many of the projects to sit for 6 years.
It's just sitting here, and it's just another piece of property that's not utilized. And again, that's New Orleans.
For this project, the government gave the city $20 million. So far, $2 million was spent on planning.
As a taxpayer, I'm frustrated. I'm overly frustrated. I'm frustrated with several things that are happening in the city that's not happening.
And some of the projects were canceled altogether, including the Milneburg neighborhood stormwater microgrids. It was supposed to provide stormwater storage and generate local energy for the community.
I have no idea why specifically this area was canceled.
The government gave the city more than $14 million for this project, but after spending almost $300,000, the city terminated it.
Procrastination is ruination. If you put it off, it never gets done, and then things fall apart. Go look at the streets and the potholes.
Last December, the council voiced their concerns about the timeline of these projects.
For projects like this, is it reasonable to say it's going to take 6 or 7 years between award to work being done?
That's fair to say. I mean, we're talking about complex construction.
So I just want to make sure, that's yes, that we're saying it's going to take that long to do this type of work?
I mean, who can do it faster?
The greatest difficulty we have in a city in getting state and national investment in infrastructure work is the amount of time it takes for us to spend money.
It just behooves me how we could have all that money just sitting around and not working for the citizens out here solving the problems that we have, because we really shouldn't have that problem at this point.
Now, the report also states the city may run out of funds when it comes to the federal money before the projects are over, and we've reached out to the city, and they say they are working on a response to give us. Reporting here in Gentilly, I'm Cassie Sherm, WDSU Investigates.
And with back-to-back street flooding situations from recent rain events, neighbors across New Orleans are hoping not to see a repeat this weekend. WDSU reporter Ariel Brumfield checked in with Sewage and Water Board and neighbors about the weather ahead. Ariel.
Well, Gina, the people I talked to in this